Hey, it's Clint Kitzmann here with the Andrea Kitzmann Group. I'm with Clayton Watson of Citibank Mortgage. And today we are going to talk about first-time home buyers.
Yeah, Clint, I think you bring up a good point when we were talking the other day that, a lot of people have this misconception that you've got to make a 20% down payment in order to buy a home. And I'd like first to just dispel that myth real quick before we talk about the details. Where that comes from is on conventional loans, if you are making less than a 20% down payment, there is a thing called mortgage insurance that has to be purchased. But that does not prevent you from making a smaller down payment. It's just going to add a small fee to the monthly mortgage payment.
Okay.
But with that being said, the three most popular loan products are conventional loans, FHA loans, and VA loans. On FHA loans, we can go down as low as 3.5% of the down payment. VA loans are even more attractive. You can actually go down. You can make no down payment, only pay your closing costs. The VA has set that up where, if you're a veteran and you have that eligibility, you can finance the entire purchase price of the home. The route that most people are going to go, though, is the conventional route. You may hear that called, Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. There's several different names, but they're all the conventional program. And for a first-time home buyer, you can go down to as low as 3% down.
Wow.
If you're not a first-time home buyer, you can still go down to as low as 5% down. So it's still a very attractive route to go if you're saying, maybe I've not saved quite as much money as I'd like, but I would like to go ahead and get into an ownership position of a property. It's interesting, though, that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac define a first-time home buyer as someone who has not owned a principal residence in the past 3 years. So even if you owned a home 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago and you sold it, maybe you've been renting, you were priced out of the market or whatever, you're now still considered a first-time home buyer and would be eligible under that 3% down payment program.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wanted to do an example transaction.
Okay.
And we will throw some graphics up on the screen so you can see all these numbers and pause them and really analyze that. But around here, a $300,000 transaction would be fairly standard. So if we assume that we've got a purchase price of $300,000, you're going to have a loan amount of $291,000 and a down payment of $9,000. That's 3%. In addition to the $9,000, you're going to have closing costs, which are your lender fees, your title policy, appraisal, survey, title closing fees, and recording fees, things of that nature. They're going to come out to roughly $8,400. Now, that sounds a little high. It is important to note that your first year's homeowner's insurance is collected at closing, so that's a significant fee. And also, you're establishing your tax and insurance escrow fund, which is also a fairly significant chunk. So all of that is in that $8,400 estimate. When you add that to the down payment, you're looking at about $17,400, $17,500 as the total amount of money that you're going to need to put down and close a property priced at $300,000. Whereas if you were to follow the misconception of 20%, you need a $60,000 down payment on top of the $8,400, $8,500 you need for closing costs. So that's a absolutely material difference.
It's a huge difference.
If you understand that you can go through these lower down payment programs and still have the same ownership, it's something that I think it's very important to consider. All the different routes whenever you're looking at buying a house.
That's right. So why pay someone else's mortgage when you can pay your own?
I want to say thank you for having me here today. I really appreciate the time to explain this, and it's important for prospective home buyers to have as much knowledge and information as possible. So there's no such thing as a dumb question. Call me, call Clint. Our information will actually be on the next screen, and ask away. We do this stuff all day long, inside and out, and we were more than happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Yep. Call, text, email, carrier pigeon. We don't care. If we get your question, we will answer it.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Have a good one.